Good morning. Oh, they're hungry. Good morning and welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Pittsburgh. It is Sunday, November 23rd of 2025, and I am delighted to be with you today. I am the Reverend Dr. Kate Walker. I use the she, her pronouns, and I'm honored to serve as the minute I'm feeling like I'm a ghost. Am I good? Yeah. I'm honored to serve as the minister of this beloved community. For those with visual disability, I'm a middle-aged, light-skinned female, mid-length, light brown hair. Okay, there's some gray coming in. I know. I'm okay with that. I am. And I wear glasses, and today I have a brown dress with a stole covered in autumn leaves. And my beloved, you are all welcome here. You are welcome here, however you arrive, by foot, by bicycle, by auto, by roller skates, or by the internet. You are welcome here, wherever you are, whomever you love, whatever your beliefs, as long as you are kind. You are all welcome here. We are Unitarian Universalists, a liberal religious faith where we celebrate multiple faiths and journeys, where diversity and inclusion are seen as important values for all of us. We are growing, we are learning, and we are loved. If this is your first time here with us in person, we invite you to please introduce yourself to the visitor's desk, which is to my right, your left, in the garden lobby, where we would love to hear from you, share your contact information, tell us who you are and what you're looking for. And let's start a dialogue about your journey. And if you are online on YouTube, please check out our website. And down at the bottom, you will find our MailChimp. Sign in for our newsletter, and please send us an email. Introduce yourself. Again, we want to know you, and we want to find ways for you to connect to this community. We are a very active community with so much going on that sometimes is a bit overwhelming, and we sometimes, I know, just don't know which way to go. But today, we have a lot going on, and we all know what to do. We're going to try and have a feast. Today is our annual Thanksgiving lunch, and we've had an amazing response from all of you who have signed up. Upwards of 170 hungry people are expected at the lunch today. I know this is creating a wonderful and complex problem. Yes, if you have not signed up in advance, the problem is chairs, tables, eating utensils, giblets are short on everything. Now, here's my conundrum. Today's service is all about hospitality and welcoming people to our table. We may not have a table to welcome you to. We need a bigger table. So what we're asking is, if you have not signed up and you really want to join us, just hang out, because I have no doubt there are people who didn't sign up and didn't show up. So we'll figure it out, but we just want to make sure that everybody is welcome as much as possible, and bring your hungerness. And I think next year we're going to have to, rent out PPG Arena. What do you think? So, and when you do go downstairs to the Undercraft, please check in, where you RSVP, pay for your meal, get a vegetarian card if you need one, and I'll just show you, it's pink this year, your vegetarian card. And when you go into the Undercraft, move to the back of the room over here on the Moorwood side, fill up the room, and then we're going to then fill up the Schweitzer room. And then maybe the hallways, I don't know, so welcome to all of you. And we do, of course, want to thank all the staff for supporting this effort, all the many, many volunteers, particularly EECM, East End Community Ministry, because for their support and their turkey supply, for preparing and giving us turkeys, and of course the Grand Chef, Tony, just bow before him. with deep gratitude. But he is in his element. He's in his happy space, he said. For Top Chef Tracy Morris for being the prime organizer, and many, many other people. And of course, compost. Follow the composting directions, please. There are two sins in Unitarian Universalism: not composting and using plastic. Okay. So, and just remember that the composting service here was started by one of our own Unitarian Universalist youth. So I also want to say this Tuesday night at 7 p.m., please join me and others for the annual Interfaith Thanksgiving service. It's at Church of the Redeemer on Forbes. I am participating with many other faith leaders, and they are asking each if a guesstimate on how many are attending. If you are attending the Interfaith Thanksgiving service, could you let me know? And I can just give them a general head count. Okay, I'll say everybody. That's great. On December 7th, in 2 weeks, we're going to have our annual budget meeting. This is information. It'll be from 12 to 1 p.m. in the Schweitzer room. Please join us. And I know people think budget, but it's actually pretty fascinating, and led by Kyle, who is our wonderful, incredible master of the numbers. And we're just really, if you want to know how this church is run, go to the annual budget meeting on December 7th, 12 to 1 in the Schweitzer. For those of you who may be experiencing any financial difficulty, please, please reach out to me. I know this is a very difficult season. We do have a fund to help support people. And just reach out to me, email, phone call. Just please don't suffer alone. That's most important. And if you feel like you can give to that fund, you can send a check or make a gift online and just designate it as Marion's Purse or discretionary fund. So let's take a deep breath and arrive in body and spirit. Feel we are connected to one another in this time and space, throughout the city and the county, Pittsburgh, and beyond, with other Unitarian Universalists, with other people of faith. We connect to one another, knowing that we journey together with voices of diverse experiences and common values. We turn to our chalice lighting and invite Alice and Rory to come up and light our chalice. It's a symbol of our faith as Unitarian Universalists, two circles with a flame guiding us through the days of Thanksgiving and family and the beauty of friendship and good food and the bounty of this earth. May we all know that on this earth, on this planet, that we are an important part of this community. May all be blessed with love and gratitude. I invite you to stand as you're able in body and spirit. Hymn 407, we're going to sit at the welcome table. Some may stand, some may dance, I'm just saying. Okay.
Table.
This is a traditional Chinese tale. A great lord of Ye named Zihao loved dragons. Loved dragons. Decorated his house with dragons, carving on his doors and on his furniture, paintings on his walls and bright colors. Sculptures all over, just honoring the wonder and the beauty of dragons. Well, the great dragon in heaven heard about this and came flying down and came to see what this great Zihao had and why he loved dragons so much. And the great dragon stuck her nose in the door and her tail in the window, and Zihao took one look and went running out the back door in terror. So what was that all about? Maybe Zihao only thought about loving dragons, but didn't really understand. Sometimes when we have ideas about something, there's a gap between what we expect to happen and what actually happens. Has anybody ever experienced that? Oh, you too, huh? Common experience, isn't it? Common experience. It's like, you expect to have apple pie, and it's going to be amazing, right? And then they don't have any apple pie. Oh, no. That happened actually last week to me. We went to a big Thanksgiving harvest festival. They didn't have any apple pie. Oh. I had to have blueberry. I adapted. I did. I adapted. So, when you have that gap, I kind of see it as, so maybe you are going to jump across a stream, right? Has anybody jumped across a stream, right? Yeah. You're on a walk and you jump across a stream. And it's only 2 feet. You're like, oh, okay, I can do that. Yep. Well, what if it's 4 feet? All right, well, maybe you make a running start, right? Okay, I'm not going to do it. But you can put it in your imagination, 4 feet. What if it's 8 feet? Do you feel like you need to prepare and build up a little courage? Maybe a running start? Maybe you should, maybe prepare by going on a, 6-month fitness commitment. And get a long pole, and you can learn. Sometimes when we imagine what we want, we really need to prepare for it. We really need maybe to change some things if we're going to get, more adaptable, or maybe build up some courage for things that are going to happen. This, I think, happens a lot with our commitment to hospitality. We think we're going to be hospitable. We want to be hospitable. But then people come in who, they have different kinds of ideas. Or maybe they don't look like us. Maybe they wear different colors than us. Maybe their skin color is different. Maybe they have different languages and cultures. They have different stories. Maybe they love somebody that we think, oh, okay, that's a stretch, but I'm going with it. Maybe they really blast our ideas about the way the world works. And maybe suddenly we're jumping over a stream that's more like 20 feet. And we're not ready. That's that gap. And Zihao didn't really prepare for welcoming those dragons. Now, he thought, dragons are courageous. And if you're going to be courageous, what do you have to do? What do you have to do if you're going to be courageous? That's our theme of the month, by the way, courage. If you want to build up on your courage, what do you think we have to do? Any ideas? Yeah? What do you think, Rory?
I think you have to try other stuff you were kind of scared of, and then build up to doing.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. You want to try different things that you are scared of, and you build it up. Yeah, I think that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, what do you think?
I think that like kind of like what Rory said, but like also like you have to like do like sometimes you have to do like certain things like that are kind of like the thing you want to do, but like different because like it'll help you build up for like the stronger like yeah practice like that.
Practice. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, you start to practice in smaller ways. So maybe you start, like a long jump over a stream. You go over 6 foot, and then, all right, 6.5 feet. And then you could build your way up. What do you think?
Be brave.
Just be brave. Sometimes, seriously, sometimes you just got to do it, right? How many times do we psych ourselves out? We decide, and we focus on the fear instead of the courage, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I do that. Absolutely. And sometimes you just say, hi, fear. And here's the trick. Your fear can be a friend. Don't be mad at the fear. Don't banish the fear. The fear can be our friend. Say, hi, fear. Would you mind just stepping over there for a little while? I need to be courageous. And then go do it. Yeah. So that's what we're saying about hospitality. Now, if you want to welcome dragons, I'd be happy to chat with you. They're very old. They're very, very wise. And they are very courageous, particularly if you are threatening their people. They love their people, and you are the dragon's people. So we are protected by dragons here at First Unitarian Church, in case you're new here and you didn't know that. Okay? So these are the dragon flock, and the more are coming out in a couple weeks for the annual Christmas dragon tree. So we're looking forward to that. So what is next? Is it the offertory? Excellent. So talk about courage. Come on up, Alice. I'm just saying, it takes courage to support this church.
It's fabulous. Tall once again. Every month we share our generosity with a designated organization, and this month it's Community Food Bank, and we all know that what a worthy cause that is for many, many people in our community. All donations are shared 50-50 with this organization unless otherwise designated. Our religious community is made up of volunteers and staff, creating and hosting a wide variety of programming. We rely on your financial support. In addition to the collection plate, you can donate all the information on your screens by texting GIVE to 412-435-1050 and following the directions. The offering will now be gratefully received to support the wonder, the work, and the witness of our beloved community.
for the many, many joys that we will all experience this coming week. We offer our gratitude for those sometimes hidden sorrows, lamentations, and broken places. We offer our love for the healing of these wounds. May they give us strength as well as wisdom as we move through these days. We offer our love for all of our trans siblings and family members and friends and strangers alike. As last Thursday and the 20th was the Trans Day of Remembrance. May they know that they are loved by many, many, many throughout this world. During this Thanksgiving, I invite you to look at this as a time of weaving together of the past and the present and the future into these moments that we sometimes are too busy to appreciate. So perhaps create moments of pause in your coming week, and you can take that time of thinking about what we are celebrating in the past, what is happening right now, and what we envision and can potentially unfold into the future. I invite you into a time of personal prayer and silence or meditation. Spirit of life and love, we offer our humble gratitude in this holiday of Thanksgiving, but in particular, we offer our prayers for the indigenous people who have been forced to bear witness to the loss of their land and culture, their language, and their health for hundreds of years. Let us extend our sincere offerings of repair and reconciliation, in particular through acts of care for the land, the air, and the water, and all living beings who depend on us. Let us measure these coming days with deep gratitude for our lives, each breath, gratitude for our family both by birth and by choice, for our community of both friend and stranger. May we pause, breath, and recommit to living into the fullness of our being with trust, with love, with compassion and acts of justice as we move in with beauty and a commitment to equity. May our prayers be heard by one and all, by the ears that are near and far, by the hearts that bind us together in word and deed, by the beauty of life and all that we hold as divine and holy, the God of many names. May it be so. Amen, and blessed be. I invite you to stay seated. Oh, no. Stay seated, yes. I am so excited for this. So I don't know if any of you have taken the moment to go down this hallway in the Mason wing and looked on the right. Yeah? Okay. For those of you who have not seen what's on that wall in our mural, I invite you to do so. Not right now, but as soon as possible. Because there's an extraordinary, extraordinary, beautiful new piece of art, mural. So Erica and I were really, really smart. Erica, we were really, really smart, and we thought we'd like to put the new Unitarian Universalist values as a mural on our wall. And then we were really brilliant when we thought, well, Mary Widener, obviously. And we thought she would just, I don't know, put the values up.
Just like two-dimensional.
Oh, silly us. Mary, would you please come forward so we can bless this mural and offer our gratitude? It is so far beyond what I think any one of it's probably beyond what you had first imagined as well, because it was, a living artwork. As we watched her over many, many weeks, saying, changing, committing, backing off, recreating, oh no, yes, no. It was truly an amazing process to watch. So my plan is to send some photographs and a press release to the Unitarian Universalist Association, because what we have is extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. So I am asking each of you, in your heart and in your mind, to bless this mural, and if you get a chance, you can actually go and do it in person. But those values are with us throughout time, throughout our lives. They're not bound by where we are in time and place. We are invited to live into these values. And we are inviting you to think about how you would live into those values and how you would like the future generations of this community who get to be inspired by that beautiful mural, how they might live into their values that are living ways of which we live out our faith as Unitarian Universalists. So let's just take a moment and think about how you would like the future generations with justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity, with love at the center. Mary, would you put your hands out, please? I am blessing Mary's hands with the water that is brought by our community, that you go forth and do more of your beauty and share it with the world. Thank you.
Mary, if you'll stay for just a second. Someone in this congregation pointed out to me that art was very powerful in terms of your spiritual, like people feeling spiritually connected with the divine, and expressed a hope that there would be more art around the church. And as you know, we often have art downstairs in the gallery, and it's just very, very enriching. Mary's art downstairs. Yes, I'm gonna embarrass you a little bit, but Mary is like a priestess to me, because this mural that she painted is sacred art, right? Like, it's communicating something that's beyond words. So those of you who like to do art, and it doesn't matter how good you think it is, I just want you to value that's really, really special. So when you go and you take a look at this mural, let it fill you, let it inspire you, because we let all kinds of things inspire us, not just words, but music and art and movement and everything. So I want to say thank you again for your sacred art.
Yeah. And we should highlight, that is Mary's art on the walls downstairs during our Thanksgiving feast. So absolutely. Now I invite you to stay seated as we bring our voices together. Number 71, In the Spring with Plow and Harrow.
Oh, from avarice and warring. So may we at our thanksgiving give this pledge to all things living, that we will obey love's light.
I have a wonderful story to tell you all today. Most of you know me, but I'm Erica Shadowsong, Lifespan Religious Education Director here, and I'm wearing a green shirt and black pants and a headband, and I have brown skin. And so the story that I have for you today, and I have pictures for you, so I invite you to feel free to look at those pictures or use your imagination, whichever you like. I used Leo Tolstoy, who's a famous writer. I used his title, Where There's Love, There's God is Also, but there's an interesting story about it. It was actually written by somebody else who never really got the credit for it. Leo Tolstoy found out who the original author was and tried to give him credit, but by that time, the copyright was passed, and of course the name escapes me at the moment, but it's a really interesting story. But it's called a variety of things, The Shoemaker's Surprise. But I chose that title, and I think you'll understand why. So this story is about Martin. He was an old shoemaker, and he was really, really good shoemaker. And he loved to read an old book. And as a shoemaker, a lot of times he spent a lot of time alone. He spent a lot of time alone, and he spent a lot of time thinking. And he was a man of faith, and he was kind of lonely. And one day he read a book. Now, we happen to know this book as the Bible. He read this book, and he read this book a lot. And it made his heart feel lighter when he read this book. It made him feel connected to God. And he read a story about how Jesus came and how God came and visited people and in person. This powerful person, this powerful teacher. And he said, oh, I wish Jesus would come and visit me. And then, as he was sitting there falling asleep, suddenly he had an inspiration. He heard a gentle whisper in his ear. It said, Martin, look into the street tomorrow. I'll come over tomorrow. He said, wow, woke up. He said, Jesus is coming to see me tomorrow. So he went to bed so excited. Now, when he woke up in the morning, he did as the voice had said. He went and he stood at the window. And the first thing he noticed, Martin saw an old, tired soldier who was standing outside, trying to shovel snow, trying to keep warm. You know, it's kind of chilly outside, right? He was cold, this soldier. And wouldn't you know it, he thought, I can't watch this soldier be cold anymore. So he brought the soldier in. He sat the soldier by the warm stove and gave him some hot, sweet tea to drink. Anyway, you guys get it. So he gave him some hot tea to drink. Martin didn't see Jesus, but he saw that soldier. So then, as soon as the soldier went back outside, next, Martin looked at the window, and he's looking around. He's looking for Jesus. And then, all of a sudden, he saw a very poor woman in a street with a tiny, crying baby in her arms. And he looked, and he watched her, and she's holding the baby, and it's snowing. She can't be out there like that. That's not good for her or the baby. So he opened the door, just without even thinking about it, and invited her in, had her come and sit by the fire. And he played with the baby and made the baby laugh and talk to the woman. And he gave them some hot soup and some bread. And he held the baby for the mother so that she could eat. And then they warmed up and they went on their way and they said thank you. Martin returned to the window. He looked outside. He looked outside. He looked for Jesus. He looked for Jesus. Now it was getting to be later in the evening, and he was looking for something special, something that would let him know it was Jesus. But he didn't see Jesus. What he saw next was a woman outside who was selling apples. And there was a big commotion around her. There was this big commotion around her apples, and he realized that she was holding this boy by his sleeve who was trying to run away with an apple. And he came out and he opened the door and he looked at them for a moment and listened, and it sounded like the boy had been trying to steal apples, and she was really, really upset. And he wasn't sure what to do, but he didn't like the scene. He thought, this isn't worth it. So he came outside and he kind of said, it's okay, it's all right. Boy's probably hungry, let me pay for the apple. He smoothed things over, and they both went their way in peace. And by that time it was night, and Martin went back into his home, and he looked outside and it was dark, and the day ended, and he felt a little sad because Jesus hadn't come. He thought, oh, I must have been crazy. I must have been imagining that voice. And then he started to notice, almost like dreaming with your eyes awake, he saw a vision of these ghostly figures. He saw the woman that he had helped with the baby. He saw the soldier, and he saw the little boy, and they were all there in the room, sort of like a ghostly picture, like a memory, and they were smiling at him. And some words came back to him from the Bible, and they said this: inasmuch as you have done it unto the least of these brethren, you have done it to me. And Martin finally understood. Because what that verse said was that if you treat everybody is God. Everybody is me, is what God was saying to him. Everyone is me. And if you treat any person, even the least important person, if you treat them specially, if you give them hospitality, you are giving me hospitality. He finally understood. He was so excited and so happy about that. And so he ended his day and he realized, I got to see Jesus after all. The end. Now, as we get to sing our next hymn, I have a surprise for you. Some ribbons are coming around, and we're singing De Colores, so I figured we'd have colors. So if you would like, please take a ribbon and wave it around whenever we say De Colores, all right? So those will be coming around. And I will go ahead and what was the number of the hymn?
I'm good. So it's hymn 305, De Colores, and we are going to sing the first verse in Spanish, which is not on this screen. If you want to join in Spanish, you'll need to actually pick up the hymnal. And we're very, very grateful that you can lead us, Kurt. Thank you. Yeah.
If you feel comfortable. You may just listen, but if you feel comfortable.
Yeah, just listen, but if you're comfortable, please feel free to open the hymnal and join us in Spanish. And give us a long intro as they hand out the ribbons.
Yeah.
Please stand as you're able.
De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de fuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Oh
As we extinguish our chalice, I'm going to invite Logan to come forward if you want to help. Got some help. Excellent. I invite you to bring your voices together as we extinguish our chalice. The words are found in our hearts, on the screen, and as well as the program. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go forth into the world, my beloved. Go forth into the world. Feast of all the joy. Do not let anyone ever steal your joy. Go forth with great commitment to being part of the joy in this world, even as our hearts are breaking for all that is wrong. Let this be our deepened commitment to being a righteous community where equity and compassion and love abound. Return again, whole and holy. Blessed be. Go forth and feast downstairs.
Think we're okay on time? Think we're ready for dinner?
Yeah, I warned them. Yeah, they said if they weren't ready, they would come in pulling their hair. So I haven't seen that.